as well as private monies to come in. It's a historic building. This is an 1895 structure, and it's part of what I've been talking about, restoring historic Cohoes. So, you know, this is a short-term issue that we wanted to just close the library, again, out of an abundance of caution. And next week, we'll be having some engineers take a look at the physical plant and do a comprehensive review, and at which point we'll know more about what we're looking at. Questions?
Yeah, are there any parts on the inside that are impacted?
Well, there's long-standing issues, again, on the inside due to the roof leaking. There's all sorts of water damage issues. I mean, again, this is one of those buildings where there's pots and pails inside there collecting water.
I guess we heard that the building is also bowing on a couple of sides, on a couple of walls. What's going on there?
Well, as you can see behind me, the masonry, the stone that fell out of there, it seems, I'll let the city engineer speak to that more specifically, but it seems like, you know, there was water that was getting behind the walls that forced that out, and there's two other locations that we can see looking around the building where the wall is beginning to bow out, so we want to get that taken care of ASAP.
How long do you think the library will be closed for?
Well, I'll know more about that. I think Tuesday we'll be having the engineer come in and take a look at the building.
Are you thinking months, or?
I'll know more Tuesday.
Mayor, this has been identified, you've identified this repeatedly as one of the three core historic buildings of the city.
I'm sorry.
This movement,
Can I just want to check my mic for a second. Just went nuts. Sorry. Sorry, guys. If you'll just let me change
Sure.
it. Sorry.
oh, we need the battery.
Yeah, it needs two. Sorry about that.
That was when you're ready.
I don't want to miss your question.
He forgot his question.
There's a fee for the question. Mayor, you've said since you came into office that you wanted to restore the work on the three-year City Hall, Music Hall. With this, obviously more of an emergency situation, are you going to move the library to the head of the list and start doing repairs here before the others?
Yeah, so for the last 2 years I've talked about the three historic key anchor buildings in the city, the Cohoes Music Hall, City Hall itself, and the library building. And they all need work. They're all facing a lot of the same issues, the leaking roof, some structural integrity. And every time something like this happens, you know, it's going to it's going to put this on the front burner, because we've got to get the masonry issues, the structural integrity issues taken care of, and then we'll move on to, you know, the cosmetics, the windows, etc. So in that sense, it moves it up to the front burner.
Well, we all know how insidious water damage can be, and you mentioned pots and pails inside. Anyone who's been in there, we've all seen the damage. And it's been talked about plans where to possibly relocate the library. Maybe Gary can address, or you can, just how much of this is water damage, do you think? And we know how water travels. Does that mean there's damage there you haven't found yet?
Well, that's why we're having a comprehensive engineering study done next week, I suspect, and we'll know more at that time. I mean, yeah, water damage is definitely a problem on these older buildings, on any building.
How much do you think it's all going to cost, you know, just to repair this building along with City Hall?
Well, I know it won't be cheap, but you know, we're probably talking. We know it's at least 5, 6, you know, maybe 7 figures. You know, but again, we'll know more after we get the comprehensive study done on Tuesday. But We have been successfully applying for grants to get things fixed, also in 5 and 6 figure ranges, and we're going to be seeking private philanthropy. And we've actually set up through the Cohoes LDC, a nonprofit where people could donate money, because there's a lot of people that are proud of these old buildings. I mean, it's an old city, and these buildings are part of our heritage, and it's what makes the city special. So a lot of people will want to pitch in that effort, I strongly suspect.
And I know that there are other parts of the walls that have fell. Do you know what the time frame of when did they start falling, or was it a gradual thing, or did that whole chunk just fall all at once?
Well, I mean, we know that there's been issues with this building for decades. It's been neglected for a long time. I can't speak to the
that
specific.
Happened quickly. The one that you see right now. That happened overnight. All right, so
But it's
not
issues,
last night, but a couple nights ago.
it was last Thursday, I believe. But it's issues that have been happening over the years. It's the water getting behind the walls and washing out the masonry and the stones, the mortar.
Under your historic Cohoes plan to repair what was the estimate prior to this for repairing and rehabilitating the library building?
I don't think that we've got any solid figures together for that. Again, that we're having this comprehensive study done so we know everything. We've kind of been, like you alluded to or specifically said, when you have these emergency issues, all of a sudden that's the focus, and we do what we have to do to protect the structural integrity of the building. And then, when the roof's leaking and we got the pots and pans out, we've got to fix the roof. And then once the roof's not leaking, then we go on to looking at the windows and things like that. And when the masonry is crumbling on the library and on City Hall, well, our attention focuses on that. But we've talked about having the comprehensive review done. We've had comprehensive energy reviews done on the 3 buildings, and now we're having them take a look at the physical structure.
And what about library services while the library is closed?
We'll know more. I mean, this is a long weekend, and we're going to get together first thing Tuesday and discuss that. We've been in consultation with the librarian. Pardon? The replica Mastodon is safe.
I'm not saying replica.
How many people are employed? How many people work at the library, and will they be losing their jobs with the library closed?
Well, in terms of how many people are employed there, the city employs about 10. And then there's 3 other businesses that are in there. There's a psychiatrist, there's Parsons is in there, Mary's Corner, thrift shop is in there. So once we know more on Tuesday, we'll know what we need to do to help these folks. We've been in contact with all of them. So maybe this could be a quick fix. I think, some of these things, like just repairing this wall, could be a quick fix. But again, there's a lot going on, and I don't really want to speculate. We'll know more Tuesday, and go from there. But we are in constant contact with these folks, and arrangements are being made.
Are you going to be keeping the rear road and Mohawk Road, whatever street you're on, the campus?
Yes. Through Tuesday.
Are there any visible damage on the inside?
Well, there's visible damage from water leaks, through the roof and whatnot.
Okay. But no walls falling?
No. No.
Will the comprehensive study that's going to get done cover all 3 buildings or just the library?
This one, right now, yeah.
And I'm guessing that the library is the one that needs the most work compared to the other buildings?
No, they're all in various stages of disrepair and repair. So they're all. I mean, this is an 1895 building. City Hall, I believe, is an 1895 building. The music hall goes back around that era as well. So they're all largely in the same boat. They all have leaky roofs. Patches have been done, Band-Aids have been applied, but we really want to get the comprehensive look at everything and fix them. But yeah, would you like to walk around and take a look at things? We can show you a couple spots where it's bowed out. Did you have any specific questions for the fire chief or the city engineer?
Was anyone hurt when that fell? Or what time of day was it?
It was nighttime. And nobody was around.
What's it going to take to get the repairs done to the point where it's safe to go back inside again?
Well, no Tuesday.
Okay.
Again, it's just closed out of an abundance of caution. It may be completely fine right now, but
You don't want
we're
to
not
take
going
that
to take any
chance.
chances.
Sure,
And
sure.
look what's going on in the world, Florida. Take a walk around?
Sure.
Okay. Gonna leave the tour?